Howdy folks, and welcome back to yet another Britgrid intermediate blender class. Today we're going to be carrying on daisy making. We've nearly finished now. We've just got to add materials, do a little bit of node work, and we should be good. So let's crack on. Some things I'm not terribly happy about, and I don't know why. So what I'm going to do, I think the problem is, I think the leaves are a little bit too small in relation to the flowers. So I'm just going to scale those up a bit. It's looking a bit better. This flower is a bit huge, so I think I'm going to scale that down just a little bit. Maybe scale the other one down just a little bit. Maybe scale the other one down just a little bit. And I'm slightly happier with that. So now I'm going to join all these into one piece of mesh. So let's go into wireframe mode, box select it all, choose something to be the mesh to join it to. Let's have that one, and then we can we do object join? There we go, perfect. And we'll do object, we'll apply the transforms, and now let's go into texture mode, and we'll start adding in some textures. So I'm gonna make a petal texture, PETAL, and essentially the petal texture is white, which it is, perfect. We'll also have, now I looked up this term, apparently it's a pistil, a PISTIL, and that is the middle bit of the flower, so that's the kind of yellow bit. So let's stick that in there, yellow. That's not a very yellow. Let's make it more yellow. Maybe a little bit orangey. Right. We will also need a stalk colour. So new, we'll call that stalk. And that's going to be a green colour. And not too bright. Then we'll make a separate colour just for the leaves, because I want to give those a bit of gloss, and we need a separate colour because we'll add a bit of colour variation into our leaves. So let's call that leaves. We'll give that a greenish colour. We've got an eyedropper. Can we do that? We can, perfect. And we'll make that a little bit greener, a little bit darker. Perfect. Let's crack on. So in edit mode, we'll select everything and we'll assign the petal colour. Now we want to go L for linked, do the middles now, L for linked, pistil, apply. Perfect. Let's do the stalky bit. Oh, I know which bits we've got to do. We've got to do these bits here. So L, we'll use the stalk colour for those, assign. Let's do the stalks, L, assign. Let's do the leaves. We need to break those out into separate objects actually if this is going to work, but no worries about that. So we'll just select them all. We will select leaves and assign. I'm going to put down the specular, take the roughness down. Sheen tint, I don't think we want that. Let's give it a little darker colour. Make sure there's plenty of green in it. Let's have a look and see how we're doing. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's break out these leaves to their own objects, and we'll do separate mesh. We'll do separate by selection, by loose parts rather. Perfect. Okay. I don't like. What colour is that? Why has that got leaves colour? That shouldn't be leaves colour. That should be a stalky colour. Okay, maybe we made a mistake there. So, let's see if we can't fix that. Let's make sure that all these are selected. Stalk. Can we do it in edit mode? Let's try that again. Oh, that's... There we go. So, stalk, assign. I think those leaves are a bit too shiny. So in theory I can put the spectrum up a little bit. Put the roughness up a little bit. That's probably more like it. Why is that still leaves? It shouldn't be leaves. Oh no, it's saying it's stalk. That's fine. Fine if it's stalk. Yeah, that stalk colour, I want to make it a bit lighter. And a bit less green. Okay. Yeah. Not looking too bad. Right, so that's pretty good so far. What we can do is we can go to our render settings, go to film. It doesn't really matter whether you're on EV or whether you're on cycles. Just make sure that you go to films, click on transparent. Let's see what our camera view sees. So we'll go to our 3D viewport in that window. We'll go view and we'll say active camera. You can see that we're a bit out there, so in this view we'll select our camera, we'll go to normal axis, we'll go to active element. Now we've got the luxury of being able to position the camera where we want it. And actually, to add these into our grass, let's just render that. So F12 to give us a render. Yeah, that's not looking too bad, is it? Cool. Yeah, so for adding this into our grass, which we'll probably do next week, we will need to take a kind of side-on view of the daisy, so we could try that. So let's go to top view, let's move the camera to somewhere sensible, let's rotate it, let's move the camera down so we can go to global axis, move it down. We want it about there, I guess. Rotate it. We're a bit far out there, so let's move back a bit, down a bit, and we could duplicate these. Actually, we've not finished yet. Let's have a quick run for that. Yep, looks okay. Yeah. So, sorry, I digressed. We should be sorting out the shader on the leaves because we did say we wanted a bit of variation on this leaf colour. and to do that we can simply select a leaf, and we will need to add in an object info node. So stick one of those in. We'll need to add in what else do we need to add in? We probably need to add in a color ramp. So let's look for color ramp. We probably need to add in a mix shader as well. Shader, mix shader. Cool. Okay, let me just tweak that up a bit so you can see what we're looking at. Make it a little bit bigger. Coolio. And have a look at the leaves so we can see what we're doing. So we basically want to create lots of different green colours. We'll have a really dark green. We'll have a kind of lighter yellowy green. And we will put in a few more stops just so that we give ourselves a bit of variation to work with. We'll have a bluier green over here, maybe a bit lighter. That one's fine. That one will have maybe a paler, darker green like that. Now we want to take the random factor of that, stick it into there. Whoops, random factor, thank you. We will need principal shader, that's fine. Put our mix shader up there. Colour into one, colour into the other, shader into the surface. And we've now got this factor that we can adjust. And I think it needs to be quite subtle. I think something like that isn't too bad. Cool. Let's go back to the properties panel. And let's do view from the camera. Active camera. And F12. Yep. Not too bad. Right, okay, great. And next week we will start putting all this together into a texture that we can use along with our grass, which should be fun. So thank you all very much indeed for watching the video. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've had fun. So remember to like and subscribe to the Britgrid YouTube Blender channel, and take care, and see you again next time. Bye for now.